All right, welcome to another WTL arena. Today we have another North American Iron to Gold game. So let's go have a look at the OPGGs for blue team. It looks like pretty much everyone's on champion, to be honest. I mean, the top lane is playing Aatrox, their AD is playing Draven. Uh, wait,
It's a bit off-road, it
ftsbagels,
looks
Some
like.
Z games there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy's a top laner with a couple Z games. Their support's also not really a Thresh player. He is a support main though. Yeah, no, very few Thresh games actually. That jump's kind of harder as well. And then this guy's a Jinx and Lilia player. That's a fascinating one, but he is on Lilia. And then for red team, what do we have here? We have HP2Shadow is on Darius.
Nice.
DeadlyKitten is on Eve. Not bad. itouchthings is on Galio. All right. Then number one Sabrina fan is on Tristana, and Mstaken is on Leona. A lot of Leona games lately, but not too many in total.
Not really all the time. Okay.
They were Poppy one trick, and it seems like they've shifted to Leona.
Yep. So the biggest points of concern is probably mid support on blue team. Like Zed and Thresh are not easy champs to just whip out.
Yep.
So that could be a small issue.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zed vs Eve is really easy, but Zed vs Galio, I feel like, I don't know, if you're not confident in the matchup, I feel like it's pretty easy to just not do a whole lot, and then Galio just gets really quickly.
Skirmishing as well. There's so much CC. It's going to be tough.
Yeah. It's a tricky one for sure.
Yeah, and this bot matchup, very explosive. It's going to be interesting to see if Tristana and Leona can find a window to just jump on them in one shot, because that's what they can do. But if they can't, if Draven finds a successful disengage with his E and Thresh Flay, then they're just going to get poked and lose the extended on the back end.
Yeah, I mean, they only really have one window, right? Like, if they fail their first initial all-in, if they don't get something going straight away, it's going to get really tough.
Yeah, what they have to do is concede initially, stay healthy, and then level 2 onwards, if they find a window to decisively just send it fully onto the Draven, it can work. But that's quite precise, and it's hard to maintain health up to that point. So very low margin for error from red team, but doable.
Yeah, and Trist also has no cleanse versus like Thresh Exhaust, so the all-in's kind of tough. Okay, the hook.
Top matchup, I'd say Darius should have control early. If he doesn't do anything and Aatrox gets level 4, level 5, Aatrox will start to win. But it all comes back to that short trade, long trade, right? If Darius can get a 2-wave crash, let the wave come back in and run him down, he'll be fine. But if the lane just goes, lots of short trading, it's going to be way better for Aatrox. So I'm looking for Darius to use the fact that he has agency to create a good condition for himself. And if he can't do that, he's going to get poked out.
Yeah, I think when I was doing top lane coaching for some time, and a lot of the Darius players, they didn't plan their waves very far in advance. And I feel like as Darius, you really need a solid plan for your wave. Like, you really need to use your strength early, crash the wave, get the slow push back, and try and murder them on the slow push back, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm happy with what he's done here. 12 out of 12 CS. Oh, actually, no, never mind. That was wave 3 crash. Take it back. He missed a few. But still fine. 3-wave crash. Wave 4 comes back near the center. It's not a problem. I just want to see him let the wave come in a bit more, because he is weak-sided, and he wants to use the long lane.
Yeah. So next wave, it could be an angle, like when it's like further back up the lane.
Definitely. Around level 4, you should be going.
Ooh, okay. What happened here?
All right, ball matchup. Just a hook.
Just a hook on the level 3.
Disrespecting the level 3 spike here. Leona has to immediately just full send it onto the Draven. This is Leona mastery. Nothing in your kit is going to help you when you're in a tricky spot, and you have fantastic tools to stat check. So if you find yourself out of position, just send it, get your CC down, get your damage down, use your tankiness. And Tristana and Leona have an insane amount of threat, but they need to understand that. And if they second guess themselves, then they're just going to do nothing and die.
Definitely, especially with jungle going to them as well.
I want to half strike. It's very clear that there's no champion mastery on the Leona here.
Okay. So Darius went too early. He kind of picked his timing. You can be very patient with it. You don't need to rush into it, because now the waves crash, it's going to bounce back. Aatrox can use TP. So I think Darius rushed into his play for sure. He could have just trimmed the wave, got it in a nice spot and then taken it. The onus is on them, right, to slip up. You don't need to just overforce it.
I will say, however, Aatrox has gotten like 8 CS in the meantime. So Darius has been doing a good job of like pressuring him off the wave.
100%.
On weak side as well, right? The result is looking good, at least for Darius.
100%.
Also, Zed's doing a good job navigating his matchup. I mean, I think Zed is pretty favored versus Galio early, but he's got CS lead and then had like a good push out in base, which can sometimes be tricky on the Ignite champion. I think this is a pretty happy Lilia game though. Outside of the, actually no, I was gonna say outside of the Eve, but then I think when you play against like 2 AP and like a CC support, then this is a super easy Merc Treads game. I think this is like from the Lilia perspective, if she gets the 2 items, it's a pretty 1v9 game for Lilia. I'd be very happy being on the Lilia side here.
Okay, we're gonna speed through the early game a bit. I'd say, yeah, I like what Lilia's doing, just clearing down, playing for Dragon here would be good. Just use the fact that your bot lane's dominating, right? Like, red team can't even touch the wave. Should the matchup, probably not, Andy, but the matchup, should it be this bad where red team doesn't really have agency? Or is it just missing after those windows to go?
Yeah, you have to be like super decisive. As soon as you have the tools to go, if you have enough health, if you're the same level, then you really do just have to send it. Sometimes the best form of defense is offense, right? Like just a pressure release valve or fully sending it onto them. And that's the only thing that Tristana and Leona can do, is find a window to full send.
Yep, there we go. Damn, solo
looks
kill
like
from
they got
the,
some
from the
confidence.
We're in. Just too disrespectful from Galio here.
Ooh.
Good ult on the taunt as well.
Yeah, it didn't proc his Phage Rush either.
Yeah, I think
bit of champ mastery stuff there.
It is tough though. Like the Zed, he does, I don't know, just a lot of damage when he has a chunk of AD, Conquer, Ignite. I think.
Yeah,
I
but
think
Galio should not be in that position. Like 3/4 HP when he has TP versus no TP. There has to be some laning issues coming earlier. I
think so too. Also, this Bami Cinder item is complete garbage. It does nothing for you. I feel like you should just buy it a chunk of like real stats, right? Like I feel like it's pretty unnecessary to get pushed on Galio because you push it anyways.
Oh, there we go.
I've done it.
So we got the long trade. Nice. He fell for the Darius trick walking up. Yeah, when Darius has 4 or even 5 stacks on team, you cannot go near him. You have to fully send it. Even if you don't die to the flash 5 stack, you just get 1 HP under tower. You have to be super respectful around the bleed timing.
That was tough. Darius did like 450 damage there. That was crazy.
Yeah, one shot him. I think, yeah.
How are you?
How am I what's soon?
No, I was just gonna wonder, like in terms of the junglers, they're both pretty weak early on, and they're power farming a lot. Are you happy with how the junglers are sequencing this early game, Pabu?
I think it's fine for the most part. The only thing I think the really determining factor of this game is when they get closer to one item and what they choose to do. I think for Eve, it's going to be like attacking top lane. Like how like can we make this into like a really game losing issue? Because I think that like Eve is really really good at like punishing top laners. So I think pretty much just trying to find ways to really open the game through Aatrox and like ruin the game through that. And it's going to be the same for Lilia playing through bot. Like, can we just run the game through bot lane? And so it looks like Eve is already
nice.
It's good. It's good. It's good. But yeah, it's pretty much just going to be which side of the map can carry the game harder, right? And I feel like both junglers have done the correct things so far.
I especially like that because the top wave was so good for Darius, and Aatrox had to overextend. Pretty straightforward, but always nice to see.
Yeah, guaranteed advantage there. One thing to keep in mind, Darius is playing really well. It is a pretty hard Darius game, though. He's not really versus any, frontline meatballs he can just stack off of. Everyone can kind of keep him at bay. But if you get far enough ahead, it's not going to matter, of course.
It's pretty tough.
Okay, next dragon 130. Yeah, I just want to see Lilia just stay around bottom, maintain control, get that second dragon up.
I mean, I think she's not very close to one item either. This is a bit tough.
Oh, there's some action going down here.
Oh, there we go.
There's been some efficiency issues in the jungle department in this game for sure, because I feel like Lilia should be pretty close to one item at this point.
Okay, nice. Yeah, everyone's finding a lot of good angles this game.
She's kind of cracked the game open a little bit.
I think Draven Thresh really mismanaged their early lead they had. I'm not convinced about like the Vamp Scepter pickup against a full melee lane. I'd rather see a lot more combat stats. And in terms of like how you can play this lane from ahead with Draven Thresh, like you have tools to disrupt the Leona engage. We'll just wait until this fight ends. Oh, geez. Okay.
That seems kind of sus, no? That's
too forced, yeah.
Yeah. Draven is still strong now. Draven plays really good going BT these days. I thought it was more of like a you just buy a fuck ton of damage early.
Not 100% sure, but I know that there's a lot of talk for just BT rush and then play like a psycho. I'm not sure if that's just 100% of games.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see them just have used their lead a little bit more. Like, if you're ahead, if you have control over the wave, and if you trust your Draven E and your Thresh E to disrupt Leona's E, we can poke them out more. We can find winners to just rush forwards with double X and then find an auto with W. We can find more Thresh autos.
If they're left at full HP, then it's pretty easy for them to just fight.
But to be fair, this whole bot lane there's so little margin for error and like so much knowledge and execution that has to go into it at this rank that I'm not too fussed that we're not seeing perfection, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this can't be happening. I feel like bot lane is so vulnerable. Like Lilia is just leaving them kind of out of the wayside. She's coming back now, but it's been so long. There was a lot of room to die there. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this can't be... I think we should be playing the 3v3 on bot with Lilia. She has our first item at least, and now we can start getting really aggressive.
Yep, now's a good time to go for Dragon.
Yeah, I think it's both parties, right? Like the bot lane isn't setting up a juicy situation for Lilia to answer. Is this another solo kill?
Can we go back to this? I want to see the setup. The insta flash.
I feel like you can't use E like this, right? If you're
not
flashing,
you have to hold it. Yeah, flash W, hold E for ages just before they get away. I want to give Darius maybe a half strike for this. He's played so well, I won't give him a full. But when you're ahead like this, maintaining your lead is way more important than like making that guy go 0-10. You know, just maintaining the lead needs to be your priority. Because he can just keep the wave there and just staunch Aatrox off XP every time his minions are getting low. He doesn't have to flash and make it too crazy to make that 0-2 guy 0-3, right? He can just maintain his lead, hold his sums, and just slowly choke out the Aatrox and not risk any type of mistake like that.
Yeah, you also have the freedom to pick like your situation when you're ahead, right? Like you can really just wait for it to look really, really good before you force
exactly. It. The Aatrox is eventually going to crack, right? If you just zone him from every XP, something's going to happen. You don't need to overforce it. All right, this looks good. Q flash ulti.
Okay.
Oh, it's the 1v2. Oh, sorry.
I don't mind this too much. Maybe Mental Stack was overwhelmed. Maybe we used Triss Bomb on the tower and couldn't use it to reset to get out.
I mean, using Lilia flash and not getting like a great play out of it. Like it is 1 for 2, I guess. But okay.
Oh, buddy.
The new ulti.
And we have ult still.
That's a toughie. Oh. All right,
I like the angle from Lilia. Like the execution could have been better, but like one item spike into insta running bottom and forcing a fight. I like that.
Yeah, I think so too. It's good.
Okay, find Dragon.
I feel like
just a small point here, but I don't like the Thresh boots options. Like if you have a Draven, if you have an ADC win con, you're not going to be roaming around too much. It's harder to execute roams in lower elo. You're with a jungler that is more about efficiency rather than like perma fighting. So I'd rather see Lucidities or Mercs here.
Okay, this should be good for blue. And they just took too long for their play. Like Evelyn had time to respawn and run all the way here and still be at the fight.
Yeah, it's a pretty uncomfortable situation starting Drake with your jungler coming out of base. I don't know. It's not my favorite. I definitely think it's totally okay, especially when your Draven's already like 5-1. You can just wait for him to like have control. You can wait for your Lilia to be on timer. You don't have to get things going straight away.
Like Lilia could just eat 6 camps and then we can do that play, right? We don't have to rush into it on that timer.
For sure.
I do think we missed a lot of damage with Draven in that fight, though. I think we flashed preemptively. We ran too far away. And when you do have Bloodthirst, like your limits, you're kind of breaking the game with how much damage you can even take sometimes. So
nice.
It's true. All right.
Oh, we missed it, but Darius got the tower somehow. That's what I like to see.
It's tough. I mean, it's looking like there's like it's the win cons as discussed before, right? Like blue has the very clear like 3v3 around bot, play through Draven, and then red has the extremely fat Draven with a Eve who can go hunt his lane.
Yeah, the Darius gap.
Yeah. So from the Aatrox perspective, Chippies, instead of thinking, oh shit, I'm throwing the game for my team, if you're behind in the mid to late game, what is your job now? What are you going to do?
Yep. So even though he's behind, he's still spiked really hard 1 to 2 items. Like he's still useful. just because he's got a bad score doesn't mean, Darius having a moon plate over him's a massive deal, right? So you should still be looking to fight, especially at times where Darius bases or he's like just starting his push, right? If you can find a timer to move. If you don't get push inside, you have less options, but it's still all about fighting for him. He's not going to, power farm side and camps and carry that way. He just wants to be looking to skirmish. Maybe not
So you
this
don't think
one,
we're at the
but in general.
stage of like not contesting side prio and grouping up and then catching waves at tier 2?
I mean, he just needs someone to, if Darius is playing well and keeping him stuck, he can just have someone hover, like jungle hover. Darius has to run away, and then Aatrox can group up 5v4 and look for a play. Because he can't push out by himself, is the problem. But absolutely, if the wave's not urgent, he should just be looking to fight. There's no reason to power farm side or anything.
With Lilia as well,
Team, yeah?
It's for sure, yeah, with his team. It's pretty fightable with Lilia though. Like Lilia's pretty good at dealing with this Darius champ, I think.
Definitely.
So,
yeah, Darius can't play into Fed Draven Lilia at the moment. So if Darius is maintaining push inside, Aatrox needs one hover to relieve that pressure, and then he can just force a 5v4 or even a 5v5 is fine. Okay, pushing bot tower. I'm not a big fan of this lane assignment. I'd rather Aatrox push in top, pull the no TP Darius away, and then TP down to Dragon, or run to Dragon and TP back to top tier 2. Because he's making his Zed have to answer it, and now he's answering late, so he can't be at this Dragon, so he kind of wasted that timer.
Yeah, the Zed is like not super playable into the Darius with a bunch of armor as well.
Yeah. So Aatrox could have had a
end
timer
up with good
here.
lane assignments, which is,
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool for this elo, to be honest.
No, definitely. I like that they realized that and fixed it, right? It's cool to see.
Yeah.
So right now they just need to play patient, wait for Darius to answer top, and then I'll TP in. There's no need to team fight this. Darius no ghost.
It's their first Drake as well. You can just drop it and hit the tower.
Exactly.
Or this. This works too.
But yeah, I like this. I mean, he should hit the tower and let his team do Artican. You can min-max this a bit better. But I like the call a lot. Like pull Darius top. If Darius doesn't answer me, we just give a dragon. And it is annoying to give third Drake, but it's just a result of previous play, right? Where their tempo is really bad.
I would have liked them to start Atacon and deny mid wave. Like losing mid tier 1 is always a huge deal, and we left mid completely unprotected. So now that the map is going to be quite different.
Yeah,
especially with Herald. Yeah.
Like Leona Eve as well. They can just like peg Leona ult anytime you step up mid. It's pretty brutal.
Okay, one thing as well for Darius to keep in mind, in that fight he wasted like popping Ghost trying to run down the Zed. You have to be really careful with your sums on Darius. Darius is not a champ that forces plays, right? Mm-hmm. We even saw when he got solo killed, when he was up 2-0, he's just trying to overforce. You just have to rock up to the objective, get vision, let them come to you. You do not want to be ghost flashing after people and trying to stack as they kite you. Okay, nice. Good pick. In theory.
Yeah, again, we just don't use any spells on Leona. We don't proc Aftershock. We don't throw out ult. The thing about Leona's ult is it's very short natural cooldown. It's non-committal. And so you want to be comfortable just putting that on cooldown for resources, whether it's a Draven cleanse or a flash or even a kill. And then you're going to have big windows to punish afterwards. We've seen the chat mastery really come into question here again.
It's already at like an 80-second cooldown. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was minimal ability haste.
Yeah, level 10 as well. Just rank 1 ult.
Yeah.
All right. Lilia also has she has the funny boots. Also, these boots are awful. Like genuinely awful on most champions.
You need Merc treads here, yeah.
For sure, yeah. But I mean, also Sulks just don't give you that much damage in general. They're a pretty bad item, so you should never feel like you're like happy to buy them.
What if she had the feats of strength? Would that change your opinion? The upgraded Sulks?
They're a little bit better, yeah, but still, a lot of the time, you don't want to buy that to like it while delaying your other items. Often, so upgraded Sulks are good in general. I don't think they're good on Lilia because I think you always want Mercs or Lucidity boots, just because flash cooldown or not getting one shot is more important. Yeah. But in general, like the upgraded Sulks are good, but I think they're a lot better once you have Void stuff as well. But in general, these are kind of cracked.
Okay, let's see. Dragon up in a minute. Lane assignments look good. Yeah, so here, if Aatrox wanted to join, which he should, alternatives doing nothing, he should have Lilia hover. So this looks pretty nice. I'd rather Thresh with the Lilia, so they don't get 1v2'd. But this gives some pressure for Aatrox to push out and then just group up. I'd rather them not give a dragon again for tier 1 top. For Articana, it was okay, but I don't want to see them give another one.
Okay, it ends up working out, but Eve just went for basically a solo kill 2 levels down and had to blow ults.
Yeah,
You want to
I
be
feel
pretty careful with that cooldown on Eve, right?
there was some Zed misplay there as well, I think. If Zed played that a little bit better, the situation could have gotten really bad.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you can see Darius just use Ghost Flash as well. He doesn't have the Darius mindset.
Yeah.
He's really trying to overforce and engage and start everything. Just let them come to you, right? Darius scales extremely well, and you're very sum reliant. You don't need to overforce players.
You can also let your team go first, right? Like you have Leona
Exactly.
champion for a reason, you have Galio champion for a reason. Just let them let them get things cooking, and then you can clean up on the back end.
In worst case, they don't come in, we get a free objective, right? And once you do that at Baron, the game's just over. So you don't need to overforce, because now he has to do a Baron fight with no Ghost, no Flash on a level 16 Darius. Well, a little bit. So he's missing a lot of power. Yeah, right now I want to see Red Team just force this play around Baron. I think right now there's no meaningful AD gap, right? Until Draven gets IE.
Currently, yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, no.
There's just too much champ mastery going awry here. Let's half strike the Leona again. This is twice that we've just completely whiffed ultimate and missed.
I'm gonna give Darius a hard strike too. I think almost every sum this game Darius has wasted, so give Darius a hard strike too.
Yeah,
it's tough though, especially for low ranks. It's like you're 5-0, you're 6-1 Darius, you want to make plays, right? It feels very natural, but just using the objective to make them come to you, it's not that intuitive, but definitely something as a Darius main you need to learn.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of champs like this that aren't that good at forcing into enemy team. I think like the big ones that call out to me are like Viego and Graves from Jungle Roll. Like it makes a lot of sense to want to like get things going. That was a bit crazy from Mr. Z, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Viego's the king of spectating.
Such a good indicator. This is such a good indicator of camp mastery and of clear points of reference. Like these kits are just a bit much for this rank to look pretty.
Yeah, I think it is a hard Z game, but this was also pretty flubbed on the mechanical front.
Definitely.
Okay, so one issue from Aatrox too. I'll give him a strike for that. I mean, it could be a team call, but I'll still give him one. You don't want to be there leashing the Baron on Aatrox. You want to be hiding in a flank somewhere with a sweeper. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have a sweeper, so he doesn't really have that champion mastery built in as well. If he's waiting in that bush for them to come in and he gets access to the backline, he doesn't have to play that front to back, which you saw wasn't very useful for him.
Yeah, I mean, he just gets CC'd if he goes in the front, right? Just kind of CC'd in one shot. It's pretty tough.
Even when flanking, he doesn't have to go in, right? He can just stare at them, make them uncomfortable, and put a lot of pressure onto them, and just wait for them to slip up. But front to back, it's like you can't really do anything here.
All right.
Red team got Baron. I'd like to see 2 lanes with Baron. With Galio, it's more okay, but I think it's just a little bit risky.
It's very easy to get caught.
Yeah, I'd rather see Darius kill this wave and then just go to bot jungle and just do 2 lanes mid bot. Looks a lot easier. Or maybe send
everyone up there. At least they're not A-ramming. That's like the most important thing is just to buff multiple waves with Baron.
Yep. I like that. I think this is just spreading yourself too thin. If Aatrox TPs somewhere, this could be bad. Yeah. So this is a cool example. This is why normally when I teach Baron macro for students, I just say do 2 lanes, keep it simple. Like mid-top and top jungle, 3 people in top jungle with 100 wards. You're not going to get caught like this.
Yeah, you can get a lot more with Baron than just 1 inhibitor as well. Often you should play to crack 2, I think, and it's just much easier when everyone's around and low risk.
Yeah. You just shrink the map. If your Darius gets attacked, you can all move to him. If your AD carry gets attacked mid, you all move to him, right? And they can't really deal with 2 synced up super waves. 3 lanes is just 2 mid-max. It's so hard to no one to get caught out.
I don't even know if it's possible, to be honest, without like specific champions. I think on average it's like just
So, just go back 15 seconds there, just for a second. Like this is a situation where you just fling Leona ult for resources, right? Like either you kill Thresh or he flashes. He's going to have to flash. You just be decisive here. And if you never pull the trigger on Leona, then you're never going to make progress. You're going to lose a lot of ARAM 5v5s.
Yeah, I feel like Leona's not a champ where you get to be picky. Like you just got to send it whenever something shows up on your screen.
All right, Darius has one more shot with Sums. I want to see him play very chill.
Uh-oh.
As I say it, the caster curse. No, this looks a little bit better now. Yeah, just I mean that time he didn't force, he just got caught out, but you can see he's still missing the Darius mindset.
There've been quite a few Eve deaths recently as well. I'm not sure we're approaching fight the best here. I think you really want to pick your moment, or even just pick people off on the back end of a fight.
Yeah,
really
or
precise
people
with when you enter.
catch people rotating to the fight, you know, the stragglers, stuff like that.
Probably
Just
have a plan
annoying.
with your ults as well, right? Like you need to understand the threatening spells that you need to make sure you don't get hit by. Worst case.
Yep.
Yeah, the Z mechanics are not popping today. It's a pretty tough champ, and it's just not coming together.
Then we could see that kind of hitting into the game, right? Zed's a champ you can't just have in your pool. You need to be a Z guy.
Yeah.
Even then, like it's so hard to be a Z guy. I see plenty of players in Master who are like quote unquote Z guys, and it's not coming together for them either. So it's pretty tough.
Definitely. Okay, Baron in 1 minute. Let's see Aatrox go bottom. That'd be cool to see.
Okay.
It's not looking good for him.
I'm not sure about the Galio taunt. Eve ult.
There we go.
Execution front to is back. Leaving a lot to be desired by everyone.
Darius forcing Flash Ghost again. I have to give him another strike. It's just too key for Darius's identity.
I want to make a really big note here. Like, if we just watch the Lilia gameplay here, there's kind of this like really big moment here where entire enemy team is stacked. If you just wait for this Galio taunt, Q flash now, and it's just insta 5-man ult, and then this is maybe playable. Like, it's so free here. This is so juicy on my screen. Yeah, but we Q ult just one front line, and I feel like it's a bit sad.
He ulted off that Q. Just on Leona.
Those are. It could be close to being like a really big moment, but
yeah, the champ mastery and the difficulty to execute these champions are really making these skirmishes not executed well.
Yeah, Lilia is pretty tricky. Like, she is solid in the front to back, but it's often like Lilia's not a champion that hits front to back the entire fight. She clicks Q twice on your front line, and then she flashes on your back line. So I feel like you gotta be really like sharp at picking your moment, and it's pretty tricky to find the correct moment to go. Like, do we want to give Darius?
I will say,
just give him a try. Yeah, it's just too much sum wastage.
I will say that Thresh has pleasantly surprised me, actually. He hasn't been caught out too much. He's done a reasonable job with lanterns and with using his spells defensively and reactively, even with minimal champ mastery. So, I mean, we weren't able to snowball the laning phase, but I think we've been right place, right time.
Oh, as you say it. Why'd you open your mouth? No.
Yeah. Never mind.
That one's on you. Okay, where's the boys?
I feel like Zed could have killed the Triss there. Okay.
There's Evelyn another ulti. I had to give her a strike. I think there's been like 4 skirmishes I've seen where she hasn't got her ulti off.
I also just think this is pretty antithetical to what you want to be doing as Eve, right? Like, Eve really wants to be hunting side, really wants to be making like smaller plays, showing up to all of these fights. Whoa. Okay, wait, it's a really Aatrox moment, hey.
Yeah, he's the king. Nice. I'm really happy with how Aatrox came back this game. I feel like he hasn't missed out on many fights. He completely fall apart. He's even up in CS now. I think he still showed a lot of value. Like, he's level 18. He showed a lot of value even though he had such a bad lane. Playing from behind's not easy, especially in lower ranks, right?
Yeah, and like a Darius matchup as well. This is a matchup where it's very easy to go 0-10.
A lot of people have PTSD versus that champ too, so it's good to see him staying strong. It's actually up in levels now.
That's kind of crazy.
Even that little thing there, like him backing out, I mean, it might be obvious to some, but in lower ranks, like he's level 18, he's strong, he's 3-item spike, but he'll still lose that. It's cool to see him just fully disengage it.
Yeah, and he wins his team to Drake as well.
Nice. Yeah, he's really pulled it back. Okay, Baron next. Let's just rock up there early, slam the wards down. For a red team, I think a win con, it just has to be around Evelyn, right? They have to get a pick somewhere.
Yeah, I think Aatrox is pretty huntable. Like, this guy can get one shot, I think, especially when you're like 3-4 item Eve, but
yeah, it needs to be hunting side or even a pick on 80 carry mid, just depends.
Yeah, it's so hard though. Draven, like, full shield, but Eve is not that strong. Like,
true. Yeah, it has to be on Aatrox.
putting pressure on one of these lanes, especially with their Dragon Soul. You don't want to just get shoved in and be on the back foot the whole time. I think Darius gets strolled out there. That's
He
crazy.
just walks on out.
He's pretty
Yeah.
speedy. The full stack deadman plate is kind of gliding.
I think Tristana being bot there is a little bit of a big mistake. Imagine his team, yeah, I don't know. I think with Baron up, you're split pushing bot on Tristana. It just seems like a throw.
I've seen a bit of under 5 soccer here from blue team where you just chase the ball and you don't think about waves at all. You know, you've got to get some lanes of pressure. You've got to shove out, get some control somewhere. Yep. This is a bit of a trap in lower elos. You just run around together the whole time.
Yeah, at some point you really want to like just start an objective, get a scenario where you can just have your front to back fight, and just play like a pretty like simple plan. Just right click the Baron Nashor, let your 14 kill ADC.
Oh, okay.
You weren't wrong about this Thresh. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, Darius is kind of living though.
I've been impressed with the Galio ults, to be honest. They've been timed reasonably well. A good time in the skirmish, hitting a bunch of people. Not the easiest thing to do. And then Eve's just going to die again.
Yeah, it's looking pretty tough.
I think for Eve, oh, okay. Eve had a pretty decent early game, but
it was skirmishing really good for some time.
Yeah, skirmishing and team fighting's the main issue.
I also think
you just got to understand what you want, right? Like you just you don't want these ARAMs, so what are you going to do instead, right? You're going to get someone to shove aside. You're going to actively communicate that because you don't want these types of fights, and you're not just going to sit down and allow a disaster to happen.
Yeah, it's a pretty big champ identity issue here.
It's kind of the recurring theme for most of these players, right? Like Darius as well. He doesn't know that he just wants people to come to him. He's trying to force his plays. Evelyn doesn't know what she wants, so it all ties back to how's your champion win games? What's your formula?
Yeah. What does a good game look like for your champion? And a lot of these players probably don't know due to lack of mastery. Maybe some of it is just being in a call with 4 other people, and then there are too many voices, and you just default to grouping up and ARAMing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy for your mental stack to be like kind of overloaded very quickly. Especially once you have people in your ears, and there's like so many things to think about.
Yeah. Especially a lot of people feel pressure just to talk, right? They just feel pressure to say whatever they see on their screen.
Yeah. Or just to be on the same screen as your teammates. Like you don't want to let them down. You don't want to you don't want them to die, and they can't die if you're constantly standing next to them.
Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Draven just one-shot him though.
Oh, Darius wasted ulti. Damn.
From red team here, because this fight's looking a bit doomed, is to just force the enemy team to react to waves and just set up for this Elder, right? Just Elder flip, shove bot, get some space to work with, fling out a Leona ult on the side lane, get Eve a pick. But this is just kind of brute force over and over around the middle of the map. Kind of ends up working out somehow. Not really.
Yeah. It's not great. I mean, yeah, the Aatrox has been doing good, but he's still very vulnerable. So if we get Darius inside, get Eve inside, he can definitely get one shot.
Yep. Okay, Elder, this looks good. I like the Aatrox positioning here. I'm really impressed with that. He's not just ARAMing with the boys. Yeah, don't go in, just stare at him. Okay. Back out.
Pulled the jump as well.
Wow, I'm really happy with the Aatrox, as I say it.
Does he live? If he lives. Oh no, he's dead. Oh!
No,
what was that?
He's the
kid.
The
ocean drake. The ocean
drake. Can't sleep on it. All right. I liked his positioning initially. He just gave range, right? The amount you have to respect depends on the champ you're versing. Versus Tristana, you always have to think about. Damn, Thresh got the Elder too.
Yeah, Thresh killed the
Andy, what are you feeding this? What are you feeding this guy?
Was that Spellbook Smite, or was that just like a for fun order?
It was Smite.
Smite. Nice.
Damn.
But it's still oi.
Damn. What are you feeding this guy at Support Academy?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh no, not again, Mr. Darius.
No forcing. Yeah, you can see all champ identity. It's a common Darius thing, like really good at lane, and he probably feels a lot of the solo games he gets fed in lane, but can't carry him. This is the reason he's trying to force everything. He doesn't understand how to make his champion work.
Yeah, I feel like most of the issues you see inside of these games are champ identity related. If
definitely.
People, yeah. Oh,
yep. I do think it's worth addressing the 20 kill Draven. We haven't talked about him
He's
much.
a bit of a demon, though.
Secretly doing well.
It's easy to let your head get too big and then to just try and run forwards in 1v3 and throw the game. So
yeah,
he's done damage.
He's been caught a couple times. All right.
Nice. Okay, interesting.
All right. Well.
Okay, I got to get student of the game off my back. It has to be Leona. We just didn't play the game. We didn't play the champion.
Right.
Understand champ mastery. Watch. This is someone who's part of the BLA, so watch the Leona guide. Come to some reviews, and just understand that the game is hard, and you have to stick to one champion. And whatever champion you play, you need to understand how they play the game. And Leona is unforgiving, so we just have a lot to work on.
I don't want to contest that by giving Darius a vote for student of the game, while he'd probably be the tiebreaker. I just feel like with that type of lead, like you're the win con of your team, and Darius is his best champ as well, right? He mainly plays Darius. It could be really good for him to put extra time into learning how to use your lead in the game as Darius. Especially this is like, this was the game for him to carry.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky because I think that Leona was just like very clearly not playing towards the champion identity, but then Darius was also in such a commanding position, especially with Eve champion, to go hunt his side laner where he could really run the game. But I do think that's pretty challenging, especially in like a coordinated setting. Like actually running the game is somewhat tricky. But I think he was in a pretty good position. I don't know. It's tricky to decide between these two. I also think Mr. Bagels over here on the Zed is not doing so hot when it came to this game. I think that in terms of like map movement where he was, it was all fine. I think just executing the Zed was proving too difficult.
I think for a low rank lobby with a non-Zed player, I think it's like he kind of played to the expectation, right?
Yeah, it is just a really tricky champ though.
Definitely.
Just like overarching for this game, I felt like blue side bot lane just performed above expectations in the mid to late game, to be honest. And a lot of the fights were just coming down to people don't know how to execute their champion. And you've got to value champ mastery, and you've got to understand why some of these champions are so hard to execute in lower elos.
Yeah, I feel like Draven has 22 kills in this game, but I was pretty impressed with the Thresh. I feel like the Thresh's output this entire game was very, very good.
I'll give to Thresh. I think an underrated skill Andy touched on in this game, it's like not getting caught on Thresh is pretty hard. You're just like at a mobile little shit stain, you're not that tanky. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah. Biggest, most common mistake with Thresh is thinking that you just run around and kill everyone in the mid to late game when you are a lot about lanterning and peeling and picking the right moment to be a psycho. So I thought we were very disciplined and
very defensive champion. But then also at the end of the day, someone's got to nail home 22 kills, right? So I think it's a pretty big performance from Mr. Ibku here.
True.
Yeah, they both did great. I'll just give Thresh a slight edge. It's easy to have 20 kills when your support's the goat of the game.
That's true.
That is true. Yep.